Friends, welcome to 360DigiTMG channel. First of all, let me congratulate all the people who are joining here. This is our tradition, in fact, and we appreciate and we really acknowledge all the people who are actually doing thorough research about their own respective careers. And if you are attending this particular session, that means you have chosen the right career path, because data science, data analytics, data engineering, machine learning operations, anything to deal with data is trending right now in the industry. And you're here, that itself is a proof that you're on the right track. Now, why I'm here? Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Sharad, and I'm one of the directors with Innodatatics, and I'm also one of the leading trainer with 360DigiTMG. Now, as part of our day-to-day work, day-to-day engagements, we try to work with various customers and their problems. And as part of that, not just developing the solution, but handing over the solution to the customer so that they can start using it, right? That is more essential handshake that we are actually looking at here. That is the focus area that we basically take our pride in, because all our work, right, is to ensure that we give a proper handoff to the customer. That's when the customers would really appreciate on what we are trying to do. Now, why I'm bringing this point is, I'm very much sure that a lot of the people who have joined here have already undergone your data science training or data analytics training. You might be familiar with Python programming language, you might be familiar with SQL, RDBMS related concepts, right? So you're trained. But the biggest problem right now is you're not able to crack the interview, you're not able to get the job, right? That's biggest challenge. This is because understanding of the machine learning concepts, data science concepts, and trying to develop those concepts is one stage or one phase of development. It is not the end-to-end phase. And all your training is focused only on learning the skills of machine learning, Python programming, SQL programming, right? Cleaning up the data, developing machine learning models, could be regression models or classification models. That is where you stop. Why? Because you don't have a vision to see how the customers are actually going to use this particular solution that you're developing. There's a plethora of things that come into the picture when we talk about the keyword called deployment. Right? So this is where we are coming in. We are trying to help you to ensure that this skill gap is covered. And this is an internship, completely free internship that you're going to participate in, provided you're already familiar with Python, you're already familiar with SQL concepts, you're already familiar with machine learning and data science concepts. Because in this particular internship program, we will be focusing only on deployment related activities, deployment and post-deployment activities. This basically means, how do you give your solution to your customer? It is not just like developing your Python script or UI script and saying that, hey, customers start using the script. No, that is only the training aspect that we are learning or we have learned. How do we ensure that the training pipeline is converted into inference pipeline? That's how do you give the solution to the customer who's already running an operations, who already has a big tech stack technology that the customer is using. How do you embed it into it? How do you actually give the customer the feel of using an application? That's called as deployment. And after you give your solution to the customer, you also have to give support to the customer so that There are no expectation gaps. The solution that you're developing should work as expected. But what is happening is, as the business goes day by day, moves on, right? Things evolve. Everybody evolves. You grow, right? Likewise, business grows. So that means the standards the business is using yesterday may not be the same standards today. They might have changed. That means your data is changing, which eventually means your model is getting impacted. It may not perform exactly like what it used to work. So you also have to support the customer to ensure that the model is maintained. So post the deployment, you have to do monitoring and maintenance. So these are the concepts that your thinking should be focused on. And in this internship, you'll be focusing on those aspects. The program is divided into 2 phases, and the total duration is 30 days. Now, a lot of people don't know these skills, the concepts of deployment and post-deployment. So what we basically are going to do is the first phase, which is going to be a 20 days phase, will be a learning phase. And here you'll be doing revision as well as learning new concepts. And to ensure that the learning is happening in an appropriate way, we basically plan this based on our best practices. And what we do is we share videos, 3 videos every day. The first video would be your Python programming, and I'm pretty sure now more than 90% of the people are familiar with Python programming here. This would be posted at the morning 6 a.m. and you're expected to go through the video, practice through the concepts that are covered in that particular video. Next, in the afternoon, 12 noon, you would be getting a video which is specifically talking about the process management that you have to follow, the steps that you'll have to follow for developing a machine learning model. Life cycle steps, right? Standards that you'll have to follow. So you would be going through this video to understand the flow. In the evening, 6 p.m., you would get the most important, this is the skill that you'll have to focus on, model deployment skills. The videos will be posted in your WhatsApp group. You'll have to register and join the WhatsApp group, and the communication happens there. Now, remember, this is not just any casual internship where you join and then say, okay, at the end of the program, you will get certificate and all that. It is not going to happen that way. It is going to be very severe, very strict. You would also expected to respond to the questions that are posted on the LinkedIn page, 360DigiTMG LinkedIn page. In the night, 9 p.m., we will be posting questions and you are supposed to write the answers in the comment section. It is not MCQs where you just open, click and move on. We expect you to cover the concept by going through them so that your learning actually happens. And to showcase that, yes, you have learned, you are going to post your answer on the LinkedIn page. And there is also a reason for this, friends. Why LinkedIn? LinkedIn basically is a professional network. It highlights your professional career, right? It is basically reflecting your professional career. It's highlighting it. So interviewers are going to look into your LinkedIn page. Now, if you're active and if you're on this particular page where you're showcasing that, hey, I'm basically equipped with data science and machine learning skills, then the interviewers would have the confidence to even consider you for the next round of interviews. But if you're not projecting the right content on your LinkedIn page, your page will not be getting selected, right? So from that perspective, you're going to create your profile. You're going to build your profile by responding to the questions that are posted on the LinkedIn. 360DigiTMG LinkedIn page, I'll show you. This is the expectations. Now, after the learning phase is completed successfully, you would have the project phase, and here you will have 10 days time. All the concepts that you have learned in the learning phase have to be implemented here. You will be working on something new as well, right? There will be assigning you the task to do research and try to learn something new and then implement that. We will be having our MLOps expert who has done multiple projects, right, to mentor you, to guide you. On a daily basis, from Monday to Friday, there will be a meeting conducted, right? 15 minutes meeting, that's all. It will not be more, just 15 minutes. And in that 15 minutes, we will be discussing on what you have done, what are you going to do, and what were the challenges you faced and how did you overcome them, or did you overcome them all? These are the things that we will be discussing as a group, and strictly 15 minutes so that you don't waste your time on unnecessary discussions. To the point, we'll stick and respect everybody's time, and that way you'll also learn time management. So there are multiple things that you would actually learn, right? How do you utilize the given time appropriately? That's one of the important skills in the world today. So you'll also learn that. All right, so these are the important details that you will have to remember. Your learning phase starts from tomorrow. The project phase we will be discussing when you enter into that phase. I'll give you more technical details when we go there. Now, once you are successfully completing the project and you are submitting all your work, once our team verifies that your submission is on time and correct, once this project is successfully completed, you would be getting the certification as well. And this is going to, again, highlight your profile. You can share it over LinkedIn. You can put it in your resume, highlight it, so that your work is recognized. But remember, the commitment that we're taking is this program is completely free. You're not asked to pay anything for this internship program that is going to be conducted for 30 days. The only prerequisite, the only prerequisite is that you should be familiar with machine learning and data science concepts at least. If you are aware of how do you train your models and build them, how do you evaluate the models, then only you will be able to deploy it. If you are a newbie into the data science world or machine learning world, then you would want to join another internship program that is being conducted on Fridays by our team. That is for people who are new beginners. This is for people who are at the mid-level or already completed their training. Now, how do you enroll into the program? You would be seeing a link in the chat. Our team is going to post the link. You are supposed to register, right? You are supposed to register for the program. To do that, you'll have to join a WhatsApp group. In the WhatsApp group, we will give a Google form. On the Google form, you'll have to share your details and share a screenshot as a proof that you have already completed your data science or machine learning training. This is the only prerequisite to begin and register into this program. All right. Now let me show you my LinkedIn page once again. This is my LinkedIn page as I picture. And there are different works that we do, plethora of works that we do. Now, as part of that, let me show you something very interesting. This is in the manufacturing automobile industry. Right? This is basically fitting of clamps for your chassis of a car. Now, if the chassis, the work is correctly done, then we are going to use AI techniques to highlight that, yes, the person has, right, the worker has correctly fitted the clamp. Otherwise, it is going to show an error. So this is one of the projects that our team has done. And look at this. This is in the poultry. We recognize the egg. When I say recognize the egg, by its color, by its size, right? And the number of eggs on the conveyor belt of the poultry. Right? So that we can avoid human errors. This is another kind of a project. This is again from the manufacturing sector, bar bending schedules. For the construction of your house, you need to have that steel rods, right? So that steel rods, these are the design of the steel rods, the sizes and all that has to be manually cut and designed. If you observe any house construction, we call it as centering. People, take a note of what all things that they have to prepare. They cut the steel rods and they manually, give the shapes and all that. So this entire plan is automated and is passed to a machine which is going to cut the steel rods and make the bends. Everything is getting automated. That's another project that you can see. This is another project that our team has worked on, which basically talks about detecting the pallets, okay, wooden pallets. Right, in the manufacturing sector, you will see these wooden pallets. We are trying to analyze if there is any damage to the wooden pallet or not. There are multiple projects in the same genre. So these are some of the projects that we are working from, and you probably can be part of these kind of projects going forward. So that's important note that I wanted to highlight here. And talking to the sponsors of the program, talking about the sponsors of the program. This program is brought to you by 360DigiTMG and in association with Innodatatics. Now, why I'm talking about this is because I also wanted to motivate to ensure that you're preparing well and trying to focus on those areas which basically give you the edge over the others. By showing the people who have successfully transitioned into their dream jobs. You can download the career transition PDF document here from the website, and you can also get all our alumni LinkedIn pages. You can always connect with them over the LinkedIn. Right, our team is basically working in different organizations, the big 4 companies, the Fortune 500 companies, to name them, right? Some of them are here: HCL, Capgemini, Deloitte. You can see Sonera Tech. Then you have Cognizant, Factly, Innomines, TCS, Deloitte would also be there, right? So PwC, Novartis. So big companies, right? All these are big major companies that we're looking at, and our team has learned the concepts and they have joined these companies. Why? Because their dedication, their hard work, and their keen skill to learn newfound interest in the market, right? Deployment, MLOps related activities are very much in demand today, and the program is focused on that. And I hope you people actually take the advantage of this program that we are conducting. All right, now I'll stop here and I'll be talking about the questions that I'm getting, right? So I'll try to address your questions. Let me see. So what exactly you expect from a fresher while hiring for a data scientist role? Okay, see, there are multiple things in your question. The first thing is the designation, okay? If you're a fresher, you would definitely not be called as data scientist. To correct you, you'd probably be called as an associate data scientist or associate data engineer or associate data specialist. Associate role will be there. Different companies use different designations, but that's the junior level. At the junior level, I would expect the candidate to be good with their programming skills, the machine learning skills. Because obviously, as a senior person, I would not sit in front of the computer and do things. I would guide the team, right? And I expect the team to do things. And if you are in my team, you're expected to write the programming code, right? That is required. So your strength should be there. Of course, logical thinking is very important, but hands-on, Python especially, is something that you should be familiar with. That would be something that I personally look at. Where to register? Okay, so there is already the link shared in the chat, in the chat below, YouTube chat, you can see. Click on that link and it will redirect you to a WhatsApp group. Once you're there on the WhatsApp group, you will be able to see a Google form. That Google form would be something that you will have to fill to register yourself into the program. Which tools are going to be used in this particular project? Of course, Python would be the one that you'll have to learn, right? Let's stick to that. And there are different libraries that you would be exploring. But our focus would be on deployment, right? So we'll be looking into those libraries specifically. Python is something that you should be familiar with. That's all I can say. All right. Any other questions? All right, friends, I don't see any further questions. I would always wish the best. I always wish the best for you people, and good luck with your careers. Right? Stay hungry. Always try to learn new things. That will always keep you in demand.